Hello, welcome, Scammer Hunter. My next episode 6. Today I'm going to give a brief overview of the Medicare scam, Medicaid scam that scammers are using, um, and then I want to give a brief, listen to a brief uh, update on the storm coming through the Midwest. Um, so first, the Medicare scam. Scammers call victims that they know are on Medicare or they think are on Medicare, and then they tell them, well, you want to save money on your medications, you want to save 20%, stop having to pay your 20% copay. They can be covered by Medicaid. They tell you if you switch over to their program, Medicare Advantage, they usually call it, something like that, then all your Medicare needs and everything will be through them. And they tell you, you can save a lot of money on medications, and most people are like, well, that's great. And you want to save money on medication because it's cheap. I mean, because it's so expensive. I mean, for medications, it gets more expensive all the time. So they prey on that. So they'll call you, and the main goal is to get your Medicare number and your Social Security number, so they can steal your identity. And they'll get it from you, and then you'll never hear from them again. Um, so you know, that's their main goal. They'll promise you all kinds of things. Oh, you can pick your own doctor, or you can your Medicaid will cover 20% you don't have to pay anything. Your medications can be free. You get Part D, you don't have to pay for that. And they'll tell you all kinds of things that sound good. And then the main goal, like I said, is get your Medicare number, your Social Security number, and then they'll tell you, okay, now we can go on and we'll get everything set up. You'll get information in the mail and all that, and you never hear from them again. So they've been going around for a long time, but it seems like lately they try different ways of doing it. Several different ways of getting your information. So just be on the lookout and don't give anybody your information that you don't know who they are. Especially if you're elderly or if you're disabled, don't give anything out. If you want to know anything, call Medicare directly, talk to them, and then they can tell you, if you want Part D or what have you, and you can go through them and they can handle it. Uh, but don't give them your information. So just wanted to go over that. And I wanted to give a quick update on this weather and listen to this short little update here.
If you have any questions, also hit me up in the comments as well. All right. That severe weather threat expanding a little bit here. You see that slight risk, that yellow shaded color, that 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale from the Storm Prediction Center. It's kind of bubbled out a little bit, including Columbus now, Toledo, all of Detroit, even north of Detroit now. Southeast of Madison, at least that 2 out of 5 level. Chicago, we're in that. Peoria, east of St. Louis, Paducah into Lexington, and then Indianapolis. We are in that 2 out of 5. That slightly elevated risk area. Pittsburgh, we're now in that marginal risk. Same for Erie into Elkins, West Virginia. That's 1 out of 5, meaning that we could have a few storms get a little rowdy, but that main threat is going to be in yellow. And in that main yellow area, we're going to break down, again, that threat level. And by the way, if you do want to see a separate part of this video, I have the chapters listed in the description, so you get Madison as well. Could have a stray strong storm around Madison, but most of this stuff, again, is going to be towards Joliet into Chicago, Rockford to the Chicago suburbs, and then towards Gary, Indiana. So we're going to watch for the potential here for a few of these guys to spin. Again, you never like to...
All right, well, that's just a little update on the storm. It looks like it's going to be towards Chicago, and it might affect Ohio and parts of Michigan and parts of maybe even Kentucky and Tennessee, maybe, but most of it will be towards Ohio, I think, in Chicago. It seems like the Chicago area, so just be careful if you live in those areas. The Scammer Hunter out.